Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Lee. As some of you will know, I'm one of the Clear coaches here and joined here today by other members of our ClearAngel team. Shortly, you'll be hearing from Kent and Amanda, and we have some of our fantastic founders in the house. So we're going to kick things off now. Another month, another town hall. We've had lots and lots going on, so really excited to update you on where things have been and give some insight into where things are going. We got some drawing happening on the screen too, I see. Okay, so for our agenda today, we will kick things off with some announcements that I'll walk you through, and then Kent is going to go through the scorecard and roadmap for the last 30 days and the next 30 days. I believe he's also going to be giving you some sneak peeks into what we're going to be building out. And then we'll have time for you to share your feedback with us. So Amanda's going to drive some polls with questions for you. And then depending on time, we'll finish with some open Q&As as well. So starting off with our announcements, pillars, and more pillars. Last month, we told you about how we were going to be launching the influencer pillar. That definitely launched. But then this month, we launched several more pillars. So that includes the supply chain pillar, Amazon, and SEO. We also shipped the Facebook and Google ad pillars too. So it's been a busy month all around on the pillars front. Please head over into your dashboards if you haven't already and check those out. Excited to get some feedback from you on how things are working. And then vendor updates. So last month, we also talked about how we were going to be updating more vendors. You can now head over into your influencer, paid ad, and supply chain pillars, and you'll be able to check out our new vendors. And extremely excited about this. We're excited to announce that we now have custom goals for you. So this definitely came up in past town halls. It came up as part of the question about magic wand, what feature would you like? And this has also been feedback that founders have been giving us outside of town halls as well. So now you can set custom goals, keep yourself accountable with email reminders along with those goals. So you can head over into your dashboard, go into your goals tab, and under the set some additional goals, you can now add that goal for yourself. And yeah, excited also to hear how this is working out, especially because this was something that you gave us lots of feedback about. So revenue announcement here. Our team has been working really hard on improvements to real-time revenue. Thank you so much for all of the feedback and questions you've submitted about this over the last little while. More recently, many of you will have received an email from your coaches about verifying revenues and data integrations. Just really want to say thanks so much for the responses that everybody has been sending in. This has been a big help to our team. And we're excited to have more updates for you on this as well as we're moving forward. And so last update here from me, we are currently in the midst of our invoicing cycle. Please approve and/or dispute your invoices through your dashboard. And also, if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us, and you can do that at angelbilling@clearbank.com. And yeah, we went through the schedule last time as well, but this is going to be the recurring schedule for us as well. So 23rd is the day that your invoices go out, and we're now sitting at this kind of midway point of the time to review and approve. And so that's it from me on the announcements front. I would love to hand it over to you now, Kent, to walk us through the scorecard and the roadmap.
Sounds great. Hello, everybody. It's been a hot minute since I've been at one of these town halls, so it's so nice to be back and good to see all your faces here. All right, so we had a pretty good month, but for the first time, we actually had our first official downtime. So it's not 100%. We were officially down for about 13 minutes on a Friday afternoon. Luckily, nobody really noticed, or we didn't see any activity during that time, and we probably fixed it before you even noticed. But it's good for us to hold ourselves accountable to be up 100% of the time. So we had a slight issue there, but luckily we found the root cause and we were able to fix that. We did have 15 bugs that were reported this month. I'd say 13 of the 15 were revenue related, and 2 were just small sort of cosmetic things on certain browsers that we were able to fix up. And on that note, I just realized I don't have a slide for this. In the feedback button at the top right corner, we have a whole new process internally for handling that feedback button. So if you've never clicked it before, I encourage you to click it. You can do 2 things when you click it. You can report a bug, or you can have suggest an idea, like maybe you have feedback about something on the screen or something you wish was different or more intuitive. We now have 2 much more robust work streams for each of those flows. And that's how we were able to get these bugs fixed so fast on the bug side. And then on the feedback side, that's going to funnel in through me and then through to the coaching team. And we'll be using that along with feedback from town halls and from all the coaching sessions to really make sure that we're just constantly staying sharp on the different features that are confusing, things that you'd like more information on, or just future direction for where we should take things. So it's it's included in your subscription. So there is no limit for how many times you hit that button. So go for it. And yeah, we just continue. We've got such an amazing engineering team, many of which are here on the call today, which is so cool. And yeah, it's hard to believe, but we launched 175 new versions of ClearAngel just in the past 30 days. So this could be something as complicated as launching the new customs goal feature to something as small as a typo that somebody found on a pillar page. So we're constantly every day just trying to push ourselves to make the product worthy of you and worthy of your time and attention. And happy to say that we haven't slowed down on that front. And our benchmarking team has just been cranking out benchmarks, and as more and more people are now joining the platform, our benchmarking software gets even more fun because there are more people to benchmark against. So we get to regenerate and continue to regenerate to make sure that you've got the most accurate picture of sort of where you stand as it relates to your cohorts and different groups of your peers. And as Lee mentioned, we're really excited about the new introductions feature. So if you haven't already used it, head on over and look at specifically the introductions tab. We'll be talking a little bit about that in a minute, but if you haven't already tried it, I think it's going to become one of the more developed, cooler features of the application. And we now have a lot of ways, as you see how many more vendors we're adding, to really make sure that specific needs you might have, certain ways you might want to pay for services, other special needs you have, making sure that we're finding you the right vendor. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we got on the introduction side was, hey, the vendor's amazing, but I would really love to pay like a retainer versus a commission fee because my margins are smaller, or vice versa. And now being able to specify that when you're making an introduction gives us a ton more to work with to match make you. So excited about that. And perfect. So yeah, obviously pillars were a big part of the last month, and we did not disappoint. And I think what's coming this month is even just more content around the pillars. So you've sort of noticed that each of our pillars are almost in a different state of, some of them are very fresh and we're adding more content to it, some of which are more fleshed out. Oh, you can go back to the other one there. Yeah, so we at least have a flag planted in each of these different areas to make sure that you're getting some value, and then you'll be seeing more and more of that content as we go. Lots of vendor updates, which Lee mentioned, and adding more vendors into the system and linking more of them to pillars to really give you a chance to kind of explore that yourself. And then custom goals, like we said. And of course, we're always adding a ton of stuff. If you remember from my first talks, ClearAngel is really an iceberg product. What you see is only 10%. Most of the work happens underneath the surface. So we're always trying to make that as good as possible.
Thank you so much for joining us here today.
We did not quite round the corner on the notification center. We ran into a few issues that we wanted to work on a little bit more before throwing that over the fence. but we will be doing that in the coming weeks. And this is something where you'll just have more control over the different notifications you get as we start sending more notifications. And actually, I would say improvements to real-time revenue could be green. We're always making it better. It's just not even where we want it to be. I can't tell you how much we're investing in making that just it's our kind of 1, 2, 3 priority on the data side. And believe me when I tell you, it's not the easiest problem to tackle, but we've got our best and brightest working on it. So excited about that. Okay, you can fly through to the next one now. Oh, sorry. Now I see why, Lee, you clicked forward. Yes, lots more content coming this month in actually fleshing out the content around pillars, whether these are the different insights, different vendors, really trying to give you that, if you want to just peruse it yourself, if you want to have a bit more of a self-serve experience, you can go ahead and do that. And again, same thing on introductions. Oh, I can't wait to show you I can't wait for you to see the amazing work our coaching team has been doing on how we're looking at blowing out the vendor vision here. And I realize that it's something a lot of you have been asking about, and we're really excited to bring to you. We realized that we've had a lot of questions recently about our to-dos and introductions and questions, and we'll talk about that in a minute, where we're going to be doing a kind of an iteration on just cleaning a lot of that up. We've been doing so much work on other parts of the application that, for those of you who've been with us since December, it's a part of the application that we haven't done sort of a TLC cycle on, and we're going to make time to do that this month. And really making sure that we've got actionable emails going out to you to remind you of what's the most important thing in the ClearAngel world that you should be looking at. One of the pieces of feedback we get a lot from founders is, they love getting on and when they have a meeting with their coach but just, hey, what are all my open loops that I have right now? How can I just quickly check on that? So making sure that we've got that in for you. We've talked about ClearX. ClearX is how we're going to help you, sell your business one day, if that's something that you are looking to do. Obviously, depending on your journey, you might be right next to that event, or you might be at the very beginning. And I think you've all seen our event with Grant. If you haven't, it's in our resource center. It's a fantastic kind of 35-minute listen on the vision of ClearX. And we're going to be taking our first step to connecting those two systems to kind of give you a bit of a roadmap of what to expect if you did want to sell your business. And then, notification center, and continuing to improve that real-time revenue. So, and then I'll just sort of highlight a few of them here with some visuals as we go into the next one here. So, this is really a lot of the work that the coaching team has been doing, taking a lot of your feedback, where trying to create more of this home for our partners and make sure that you understand, the differences between, one partner or another, the different services they offer, and really letting you have a self-serve experience if you wanted to, versus a coach mediated experience. So kind of giving you that power and seeing how that goes. Go ahead, Lee, you can do the next. Oh yeah, so I'll just zoom in on that one there. Sorry, that's my enhance. You can go, there we go. So really looking at, how do we start to show you that our partners have different services that they offer, and some partners have 10 services, some have 1, some have 2, and really making sure that you understand what those are and can self-select. And this will all tie into the introductions work that we're doing also. So very excited about all of this. All right, Lee, keep going. And then, you've sort of seen all the work that's been happening on the pillar side. So really trying to do as much as we can to add in those insights so that we can, if you know nothing about influencer marketing, how can we get you up to speed on those basics by yourself, so that when you have those conversations with your coach, you might be able to have a better conversation, a higher order conversation, or you might get all the information you need just by looking through the resources there. So expect a lot of additional content coming soon, which is our coaches are hard at work, which is great. And then lastly, this is sort of just a preview of what we're looking to turn on for some of our founders based on some feedback with our coaching team and some founders on trying to have just this one place you can go that unifies your questions, your introductions, your to-dos, and allowing you to quickly see which ones are waiting on me and which ones are waiting on my coach, and how do I quickly tell that difference. And so there's been a lot of questions around why are there 3 tabs? How come, like, what's the difference between a question? So we're trying to consolidate everything into one view. And, I'd say the biggest debate we're having now is, do we call it inbox? Do we call it to-dos? Well, we're not sure. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback, throw it in the chat there, but we'll make sure that gets out at some point this month as well, and continue to iterate on that feedback from all of you. And I think that's the last of our updates there. So I'll pass it back now to Lee to take us over to the feedback session.
Thank you, Ken. That was great. And so this is the fun part where we get to hear from you and we get your feedback. So I'm gonna actually just stop sharing screen here, and Amanda, you're gonna share screen, right?
Yep, sounds good.
Go.
Yes, let's do it. All right, so we love feedback. We also love poll everywhere. So similar to last month, if you're here, we're going to do a poll everywhere. I'm going to set us up with some background beats. And all right. So at the top, you'll see how you can participate, whether you're on your browser. Go ahead and type in pollev.com, Amanda Mitchell 327, or you could text in your answers as well. And so what we'll do is we'll know you're set up once you start seeing some responses show up on the screen. And okay. So first question, what is your favorite feature of ClearAngel? This is a softball question. We just want to get you warmed up to using this. My niece is also wondering what your favorite feature of ClearAngel is. Yeah, I know. Dashboard. All right. Alerts, right on. So the bigger it gets, the means more folks are saying it. Benchmark. Awesome. Well, those are our 3 favorite things as well. Coaches, shout out to the coaches. What are you doing? You've been learning. Awesome. What are you doing? You're learning right now. Sweet. I'm going to go to our next question. All right. What new feature are you most excited about? Maybe after Ken's breakdown and our more announcements today, is there anything you're really looking forward to? Nice. Introduction, right on. Ooh, ClearX. Yes, don't forget to check out their more info in the resources. Gotta love the pillars. Clear Cache. Oh, we will preface For next month, there'll be more feature on ClearCache for Town Hall. Self-serve, I got you on that. Intros. Awesome. Cool, so inbox, the to-dos, the pillars, and the self-serve. Awesome. This sounds great. Sounds like we're all aligned. There's the top hits. All right, let's get into some feedback for us. If you could improve one area of ClearAngel, what would it be? Any and all ideas are welcomed. Weekly emails, okay. More insights on the dashboard. We do document all these responses, so there will be action taken. Mentorship. If you're allowed to enter another response, I'd love to hear more on mentorship if you have more asks there. I think we all love this instrumental version of the song, right? Insights on the dashboard, okay. Ways for ClearAngel to share, is that for the internal team or ClearAngel founders? More with ClearAngel community, okay, great. Ooh, very helpful. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's all things we could build for. Great. Would you like to see more events or just generally, is there a process update there? Ooh, cool idea. Okay, more events, thank you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, these are so helpful. Networking. I'm curious, would anyone be interested in like maybe socials with other ClearAngel founders? Cool. I like this call and response. Not really. All right, we can make it optional as always. Awesome. Great, well, this was very helpful. We have all this logged, we'll be building with it. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Awesome, so we're gonna go I think we have one more question. Yes. Is there something we could add to our town hall event to make this time more valuable for you all? It's monthly, any ideas there? E-commerce hacks. Ooh, maybe a portion on hacks, quick hacks. Can I ask questions before? Like maybe we submit out a form prior to the town hall for questions that'll be answered during. That's a good idea. Have this on Discord. Is that possibly? Breakout rooms. Okay. I do believe these are recorded. Yeah, okay. Yes, crowdsourced questions. Okay, cool. Breakout room. Awesome. Yeah, these are great ideas. That's why we like going directly to the source of the consumer here. Wonderful. It looks like we've got all of our thoughts in. Thank you all so much for participating. and I'm going to make sure we get this to our team, we build from it. And yeah, again, thank you again. We really love these poll everywheres. Pause my music, stop my screen, pass the mic back to Lee. Thank you all.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks again so much for all the feedback. And really, we are at the end of our scheduled programming. So curious if there's any other questions that people want to ask. You can write that in the chat, or you can come off mute and ask. You gave the disclaimer last time, you know, in virtual spaces, we don't have the music going anymore, and it's a little bit of silence, but we'll just hold that silence and see if anybody has any questions they want to ask in the chat. Give it a couple minutes, and then no pressure if not. We will call this a time well spent together and go off on our days.
I was curious, what are some of the long-term goals that you guys envision for the ClearAngel program? I feel like the short term has been very made clear, but I would love to know kind of what is the initial goal? Is it to push angels into a space where they are able to access the rest of Clearco's products and services? Is it more so to incubate and uplift them so they can, you know, go out into the world in other ways? Kind of what is the long-term vision?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for asking. So I'll take a crack at my answer to this, and then if anyone else on the Angel team wants to jump in and add to that. You know, I think one of the fundamental goals here is to be working with you and helping you grow. That involves, you know, obviously helping your businesses grow, your revenue grow, and then also building out this ecosystem of support that involves everything from capital to resources to access to networks, and building that through our product as well, right? So expanding that over time, and really integrating and using the feedback and what we're learning together to help inform the future direction of that. So that could look like a lot of different things. And I think we have some concrete ideas around that, and then also a lot of open-ended directions that this can move into. That's a pretty broad answer. I don't know if anybody else wants to kind of jump in and offer some shape to what I'm saying here, and or RJ, if you have other thoughts that you wanna add to the conversation.
Yeah, RJ, I'll take a stab here too. I think it's a great question. Oh, let me there we go. It's a great question, and I think that the kind of ultimate vision is you know, if you kind of go right back to a lot of you know, got here by filling out, you know, not a small type form. Others maybe came in a different way. And a lot of what we're trying to get in those first interactions with you are you know, what mountain are you trying to climb, for lack of a better, you know, analogy, right? Everyone has a different mountain they want to climb. Some of our founders want to climb Everest. Some of our founders, you know, are happy to climb a local mountain in their area, and we've seen so many people climb different mountains that we can give you advice on either of them. So, you know, we have some of our founders that are already entertaining offers right now from buyers in our ClearX pilot, and we have some that are literally just getting to their first $1,000. So I think a lot of what we want to do with the platform is, because it's such a long-term commitment, is really make sure that all of those different pieces can be accommodated. So RJ, I'm not sure what your, you know, what your goal is in the next, you know, 2 or 3 years, but we want to be able to accommodate something as ambitious and audacious as, I want to sell my business for $50 million, and I want you to help take me there. Obviously, we're not going to be able to snap our fingers and make that happen for you, but we think that by partnering with us, you're increasing your chances of making that happen than if you weren't partnered with us. Or you might say, hey, I just want to get this to a point where I have a really great lifestyle business where I can do, you know, 60 hours a month and make X amount of dollars per month and pay off my mortgage, or, you know, help put money away for my kids or something like that. So really the long-term vision is to make sure we can do that in the United States and Canada first, and then really start to say, how can we take that playbook and start to expand internationally and help other founders with even less access to capital than we're so lucky in the US and Canada? How do we expand that out to other markets? And, you know, if you think of the cost, the barrier to entry now to start a business is quite low, but capital and understanding, knowing what you don't know, are still two things that most founders don't have. And we feel like that's what we can, help founders with. So, yeah, hopefully, does that answer your question, RJ?
Yes, absolutely. That was actually even more robust than I could have asked for. And as a follow-up, I'm not sure if someone else had a question, but just a follow-up that I was just curious around vision. Was there a method that you guys used to picking your guys' coaches? I know mine is Molly, and I freaking love her. She's awesome. So so I'm very happy with my coach. But I'm very, very curious. Yeah, I see you, Molly. You rock. But I'm wondering, like, was there a method to that, or was it kind of like these are expertise and this is their expertise, so this seems like a good fit, or was there kind of more of a thought process that went into it?
Oh man, we could talk for hours on this. I mean, I'll give my quick 2 cents. Just I mean, really, what we're looking for in our coaches is a huge mix of different skills, but obviously the main ones being like just having a ton of empathy and really being able to, make sure they understand your unique challenges, that we feel that they would be able to handle kind of any of those situations. And then also just having a robust background in the e-commerce and startup ecosystem. And if it wasn't directly in what you're doing, at least being in that mindset of you don't know on a day-to-day what your job is going to be, and helping other people navigate through that. And we have such an incredible, training program as well for our coaches that Olivier and Blake really helped shape with the original coaches as well. So yeah, I mean, they're very special people. It took us, I think we probably interviewed over 100 people to get at our 4 or 5 coaches that we have now, but maybe even more than that. So yeah, it's a very high bar to get in as a ClearAngel coach. It's yeah, sorry, I'll let anyone else jump in. That was just my kind of 2 cents.
I think that was some good 2 cents there, Kent. As a coach that was hired, and also as somebody who's part of hiring future coaches, not only for the coaching team, I would say across the board in Clearco and ClearAngel, we have a lot of founders, a lot of people who are entrepreneurs themselves, maybe, as Kent said, haven't started the same kind of business or dealing with the same kind of products that all of our founders are dealing with. But we have a lot of people with entrepreneurial spirit who really know what it's like to kind of jump in, roll up the sleeves, and have to climb that mountain, the one that Kent was mentioning, the one that we're all climbing. So I think that empathy also comes from a lot of lived experience, and that's shared not only with the coaches, but with everyone on the team, from our data team to, everybody in leadership, to like, it's across the board, right? So I think it's a really big piece of our ethos here. It's like by founders, for founders. And having that piece of understanding, maybe not the specificity of every issue, but definitely the struggle and being in it together, I think is a big part of what drives things forward for us.
Well, I just want to say this. I've been blown away. It's been such a great experience thus far. And I had my first meeting with Molly. We did our onboarding. We set some goals, and we are on track to have our best month ever this month. So for at least for 2021, and that a lot of that came from the advice and the knowledge that Molly shared with me. So you guys are killing it, and so I just want to say thank you.
Well, that's awesome to hear, I think.
Go RJ.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anybody else that wants to ask a question or jump in here? Okay. Well, this has been a really fantastic town hall. Thank you, RJ, for ending us off on that really amazing note. And thanks everybody for your feedback. It's really, really important to us to be hearing, where you want things moving forward, what's working, what's not working. So please keep your feedback coming in. And looking forward to seeing you all next month and in our meetings in between and all the different ways that we connect. So thanks everybody. Have a great day.
Bye all. Thank you.
Bye.